Everyone, it's Darkpool Algo, and today is Sunday. What is it? April 25th, and welcome to the weekend watch list building session. This is the time where we build out our newsletter for our free newsletter subscribers. This video is an accompaniment to that. We're going to go over some of the best stock picks that I found through the scanners this weekend, as well as some of those that have the best divergence for high quality setups for this week. This video will be released as part of our newsletter. And then Monday morning, I'll release it public so that everybody can kind of see what's going on. And yeah, I think that's it. So far, things have been going really good. We've caught some pretty massive plays lately. The market's the market's going to do what it wants to do, and it kind of shook us up a little bit last week. So I'm going to start trying to find at least one bearish play that I can put in. I know a lot of people like to take those positions. I'm very bullish biased, so I think learning to take some short positions would probably be a good idea for me. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on comments. Let us know if we can do anything for you, and let's just jump right into it. Here we go. All right, welcome back, everyone. Grab a drink of coffee real quick. Not sure how I feel about that oat milk Starbucks jazz. Hope everybody's weekend was great. Mine was pretty good. My son and I got to go out and experience some outdoor stuff. We live in the Phoenix area. Weather's starting to get pretty nice. It's not 1,020 degrees, but we were able to go out, experience some new things, and it was a pretty great weekend. So I've got five tickers for you, in addition to Disney and the weekly review of Spy that'll be on our watch list. If you haven't signed up for the watch list yet, it's free. It comes out every Sunday evening. It gives everybody plenty of time. All right, the first ticker that I've got here for us is we're going to go through Cat, Nike, Marvel, Groupon, eBay, and Dish. I believe at least one of those is going to be a bearish position. So let's just jump right into it. Looking at Cat here, quick overview of what you're seeing in front of you. This is the flow trade back end. The giant pinkish purple line that you see is the Darkpool block trade algorithm. It is a leading indicator. We use this to see what smart money, large institutional money, is doing. This tracks real-time flow index. This is not a lagging, but it is a leading indicator. So for example, as you can see here, leading back to, I'll just get my tools going here. As you can see, leading back on the 16th, we had a divergence. Yellow bars are price action. Purple is the algo. There was a divergence. Anytime there's a divergence, it must be played out. The divergence here obviously got played out here. Anytime the algo is on top of price action, it's going to be a magnet. The algo is actually a magnet to price action. So it's above price action. It's going to have a strong tendency to pull it up. If it's below, it's going to have a strong tendency to pull it down. Looking at Cat, it looks as though we've got a descending channel. Try this one more time. Looks as though we have a descending channel that we need to break. We've got a double bottom. So what I'd like to see is possibly come down and find additional support for the next move higher. That would work with this divergence, this curling up that we like to see. We like to see the algo curling up if we're looking to get bullish, because that indicates that it's going to continue buying. We have been in a strong bullish uptrend for the last 2 weeks, and I don't anticipate that stopping based on the algo. We don't have any block trades to look at, so we're just going to jump right over to the chart. All right, the chart you see in front of you is the 4-hour trading view chart. I got some feedback letting me know that this is a very good chart to see when I'm recording, so I'm going to use this one. All right, we have earnings. It was a dividend day. We've got earnings coming up. Looks as though earnings are on the 29th. Alright, so earnings are coming up on the 29th. So it'll be Thursday. Or is that Friday? Thursday. Sorry, bad calculator. All right, we've got. Looks like we're just kind of up in this channel here, hovering between, the 4-hour bottom right at 226, and we have not been able to break the previous high of 237. I'm just going to call that 238, which is the daily top, the Keltner channel daily top. So strong uptrend support, kind of just consolidating, right? We are in a channel. I'm going to grab some Fibonacci to kind of see what we can look at or what we could expect short term. So currently we are above. Alright, let me just grab some more stuff here. We got a trend, we got trend line support there. Alright, and a little bottom support at, we're going to call it 228. I'll throw this up there. 228 is going to be our 228. Yeah, we're going to go 229. Pardon me. So 229. 229 is our support. $229. There we go. Alright, we've got support at 229. Our EMAs are stacked positive. We're currently below those EMAs, however. Looks as if, though, the histogram, the Squeeze Pro histogram, is increasing from neutral to increasing. What we'd like to do is see that squeeze, that red compression squeeze fire go alongside, which would put us up through the 50% retracement and the 618 retracement up to the target. I'm going to put a target of this at 235. Yeah, I think 235 is going to be a pretty good target for us. One thing I did not have up that I want to do real quick, so I'm going to pause real quick. I'm going to grab Thinkorswim. I like the notepad, little scratch pad section, and I'm going to load up some options calls. So I'll be back in 1 second. Alright, I got Thinkorswim fired up finally. So just to recap, we are looking at CAT. I've got a 235 target. I believe it's pretty easy. Definitely reachable before earnings on the 29th. Looking at the April 30th options contracts. What do you say, the 235s? 235s are pretty decently priced. They're not super liquid, and that's probably because of the earnings. If you're going to play these, make sure you don't hold through earnings. IB is going to crush you. Maybe better to do some sort of a put debit spread or put credit spread. Anyway, I do like these. I'm going to throw these on my watch list. So to recap, we're looking at CAT, the Alright, we've got bullish divergence. We're currently in a what is this, a descending triangle? Descending triangle. Looking to break that resistance for the next move upward. Our algo line is curling upwards. We're in strong bearish uptrend. We're currently trading with price, so that curling up indicates that there's potential move upwards. We've got support. I redrew their support at 228. I didn't realize there's this doji right here that had provided support, and that kind of seems to line up with some previous support levels. We do have a daily high compression squeeze that's looking to fire long. That can be seen here. These orange dots that you see. We are stacked positive on the daily as far as our EMAs are concerned. We are on the 50s on top of the 200. closed above the 21 and above the 34 on Friday. That indicates that we've got directional strength. So we came in, we came down, we reverted to the mean basically. The 34, the 21, and the 8, looking for the next move upwards. We're decreasing histogram, which is increasing squeeze. Look for this MACD to curl and fire to the long side. So that's it. Cat with the 230s, 235s for this week. Look pretty decent. If you wanted to wait till after earnings, yeah, I'd wait till after earnings, maybe Friday, see if we can pick something up. Remind me on Twitter or in the comments section, and I'll come back and look at Cat one more time after their earnings to see if there's a good play out there. Next one we're going to look at is going to be Nike, and that's NKE. So there was some speculation about the Kobe Bryant family not being pleased with Nike, something to do with the availability of his products to everyone. I believe that's what's caused this kind of downtrend Nike's received after earnings. Previous earnings they went up. Previous earnings they went up. They seem to go up after earnings. However, this last earnings they've just been selling off. So descending wedge. We came down and we found support at the 200 SMA. Our MACD is decreasing, however curling. So we're negative MACD, curling RSI upwards. Looks as though we've just been chopping within this channel for the last couple of days, trying to really make a decision. The dark pool algorithm for Nike is, it's probably going to be, yeah, strong bullish uptrend. So they've been buying throughout all of this. It looks as if though they've been trading with price. We've got some block trades that are going to act as a magnet, and that begins right here from 133 to 134. So I'll write this down. 133 and 134 blocks. You can notice price action, kind of use that as a support resistance area. Some other things I'd like to look at with this, I'll just draw some lines on here so everybody can see. Strong bullish upward direction. We've got a slight curling beginning to happen on the algo. We've got ascending trendline support with price action. Looks like we broke through the resistance. So we came up, we broke through resistance, came back down, tested that we had support. We're looking to catch this next move upwards to at least this block trade level, 134 area. I'm just going to say 135. I don't know if they have dollar increments on the options yet. Looking at Nike on the chart, we've got support, 200 SMA support coming in right at 127. Is that what that is? 27. I'm going to call it I'm calling support 127.50 for Nike. And that's this level here. I would anticipate a move at least up to the 34 EMA as that's descending. At 135 looks like it's going to be a pretty decent target. Just draw a little line on there for where 135 is. So this is the 135 level. At 135 is also the 4-hour top. And it is, like I said, the 34 EMA. We could potentially see a run up to the 21 EMA, which is at 133, so I'm going to draw another target level. Oh, you know what? Why don't we just throw some Fibonacci on there? See what Fib has to say about this. I go from the previous high, previous low. Fib's coming in right at 133 with a target of 138. So 133 is the 618 retracement. 131 is a 0.5 retracement. As these moving averages come down, I would just assume that that 50 period SMA is going to line up with the 4-hour top at 135, so that's our target. I'm going to target a 135 for Nike for this week, and that is the 4-hour top, the 50 SMA, and I bet you that's a 786 on fib. Just throw that on there real quick. Where are we at? I don't typically use that one very often. Yeah, there it is, 135.56. Leave my targets there. Looking at the options chain for Nike. Alright, Nike options chain. Might as well look at a chart real quick too. Yeah, see, we came down, we bounced, we found that support. We're in a daily, 2-day, 3-day, 4-day weekly squeeze. We're consolidating massively on the on the squeezes. Radiating fire is green, so that means it's getting ready to fire. What did I say? The 230, 135 target. 35 target. So those 135s this week are like pennies on a dollar. The 130s are actually within my risk tolerance, and it also provides a better delta. I'm going to throw those on. So I've got the 130 target I'm looking to pick up. 130 calls, delta 50. Alright, what are some other things that we need to look at on this, just to be aware of? Run through these real quick. So we had a squeeze that just fired. We gap down, we got to come back and fill that gap. That's 132. Looks like it's an ascending triangle flag pattern. Yeah, I like this one. Alright, the next one we have on our list is Marvell. Marvell, we've played this one a lot this year. Alright, a couple great things on this chart that I'd like to show you that illustrate the power of block trades, institutional money, and for those of you that don't know. First thing I would like to point out is this divergence that happened. It occurred here, but it really occurred most recently here. And you may say, oh wait, it looks like it occurred back here. I don't want to do that. Looks like it occurred back here. All of that's been played out, right? Anytime that prices deviated from the algorithm, it's played out, right? You'd be like, oh, this is divergence. Well, this divergence played out here, right? So all of these are invalid, right? So we need to find the most current one, right? This divergence played out here, right? That's this divergence all the way over to here, right? So what we do is we look for where price action is heading in one direction and the algorithm is heading in another direction, and we consider that the divergence, and that is this area here. That's the divergence we're working with until those play out. That's the one I'm going to be using. Alright, other than that, strong net buying for Marvell for several weeks now. We have got some important cluster block trade levels. Whenever you see clustered block trade levels, that's going to indicate strong areas of support and resistance. As you can see, price action came down, ran into this cluster of block trades, and just chopped there, with the block trades providing support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support till the support fail, And look, it fell, and where did it stop? It stopped at the last. It stopped at another block trade level. And now it's doing the same thing. Support resistance, support resistance, support resistance. I'm going to circle this one here because it's pretty dang spot on. Right? All of these little areas where price is in line with those block trades. And that's because they can't just put in a $2 million order and have it fill instantly. That would, they've got to kind of milk it out there a little bit. I call it the drip system, right? They drip out orders of, 4 or 5, 600,000, 4 or 5, 600,000 until they finally get their positions filled. And it looks as if though, since they're net buying, these are all buy orders, right? There's some block trades that you see higher, right? I would assume that these are sell orders, right? A bunch of people start selling, price action is going to fall. However, what's happened is these guys, the large institutions are placing buy orders as it's falling. So these buy orders that you see, the chop that you see getting filled here, here, right? All through this area. And then this one, yeah, these guys know what they're doing. Anyway, Marvell. Hopefully maybe there's a little pearl of wisdom in there for everybody. The algo is curled almost straight up, which indicates pretty significant buying. Hopefully it's strong enough to yank this price action up out of this block trade magnet that it's stuck in right now up to this next one. Right, so let me just make some little notes here on Marvell. Block trades at, I'm going to call 48.3 to 48.5. That's going to be the target. And if I was just trading block trade to block trade, I would say 46 to 46.19 is support, or 46.15 is support. All right. So block trade level to block trade level, and then we have another block trade, previous block trades at 50 and 51. So we got block trades at 48.3 to 48.5. That's going to be a target for or take profit 1. We have block trade at 50.5 and 51. That could be a target. All right. Without even looking at the chart, I like Marvell setup for this week. All right, let me just jump over to the chart and see what history has told us. Marvell on the daily. Looks as if though we had a low compression squeeze fire recently, so that's what's causing this possible sell-off. Are starting at the bottom and going up. We're in a negative but increasing MACD. RSI is increasing. We have came down and we have tested and found support at the 200 SMA. To a downside target, that would be 53 or 43 level, 43.5. That's a whole round significant number. I'm going to just drop a trend line on there, or drop a level line on there. I'm just going to call it, let's call it this guy right here. So 43.65. That lines up with this little doji back in time. This little area here. Alright, we're currently below our moving averages. We're below the 50-period moving average. However, we are at the monthly. We're at the monthly top, Keltner Challenger monthly top. That's going to provide significant support, as well as the daily bottom. And we're just going to use this here. That's the Keltner Challenger monthly top. Just draw that out. Throw some text on there so that we know what it is. KC monthly top. Alright, we're currently also at the bottom of the 4-hour channel, Keltner channel, and the daily Keltner channel. That's going to provide additional support. So change that color up, make it white, and change the text. Whenever I see anything that is currently selling off, I like to find as many support levels as possible to kind of explain what's going on. So that's a Casey daily, oh gosh, I can't spell, daily and 4-hour bottom. Alright, price likes to ping pong back in between those Keltner channels, so if it's at the bottom of one, it's got to find its way back up to the other one. I'm also looking for a reversion to the mean. So our block trade levels were at, I say, 48. What am I going to use for block trades? Let's use another trend line. So we had a block trade level at 48 and 48.5. Oh, I didn't have drawing tools on. Sorry. I'm just going to leave these as my block trades. All right. We had a target of 50.5, which would be this area here, which is the daily top. I'm going to call that. We've got earnings out in June, so not necessarily looking for an earnings play. Fibonacci, previous high to previous low. Let's try a different one, a little larger one. I'm going to go from extension. Alright, Fibonacci extension lines up a little better with block trades. So this symmetry here at 48.50 is going to be significant. So I'm going to write that down, symmetry at 48.5, which is block levels, 0.618 extension, daily mid, and potential 4-hour top by the time it gets there. It may level out, so we'll just call it daily mid. Extension. Okay. So my target of 51, I'm going to say 51.5, which is a previous high. Pulling up the old options chain. Dude, seriously. Jeez. Alright, Marvel. Alright, 51.5 is going to be the target. Which is pretty in line with some previous analysis that I've done on this. We don't have earnings for a while until June, so we could potentially look at the May 21st 51.5s. Like, those are dirt cheap. I'm gonna look at these 46s are well within my risk tolerance. The 47s are another option as well. Alright, I'm going to load up on those 47s. May 21st 47s. Alright, so that would be 5, 21, 47. Alright, next one I'm going to look at real quick is Groupon. GRPN. Not Groupon. Groupon. I had this at $2. I can't believe it. Anyway. Groupon. Get those loaded up. Get this guy loaded up. Some options chain stuff. Oh, Groupon. What a strong move. Alright. You guys are probably already calling out what I'm seeing. Seeing strong and large institutional net buying for the last couple of weeks. As can be seen here, we have strong bullish divergence that occurred back on the 20th. Since then, price action has been, well, yeah, price action was buying with the algo. However, we're going to look to target Let's see. Let's say, do we have any channels here? We've got support, previous high support. Just going to call that there. We've got trendline support. So triple bottom-ish. There's nothing really standing out on the candles that I can see. So the algo looks like it's buying in bursts. So we've got strong bullish divergence. The algo is currently separated from the price action. There are no block trade levels necessarily to speak of that are going to provide any sort of resistance or support in this level from the 45 to 51-ish area. So JRPN. I'm going to go 50. I'm going to do a $50 target. Just a nice whole round number without looking at the chart. All right. Groupon. We've got earnings coming up May 6th. Make sure we throw that up there. Our MACD is negative and decreasing. However, it's starting to curl over. RSI is starting to curl over as well. So it looks as though we're kind of maybe a little early to the party here, which is good. I like to be early rather than late when getting into positions. I don't know how I feel about that trend line. Let me grab a ray. Go from here to there. Then maybe a possible another one. From there to there. It's a nice channel ray of support, right? We've got channel support. As I mentioned, RSI is currently neutral and increasing, I would say. We are in a Bollinger Band squeeze. We're looking to reverse this bearish position. Our candle channel support levels, we are at the daily bottom, 4-hour bottom. Throw those on there. We would look for those to continue to provide support. This level here. Just label that. So that's daily and 4-hour KC bottom. Currently in a low compression squeeze. This is more of a consolidation type of squeeze, as you can see, where we're maintaining trendline support. The 50 is trading with us. We're below the 8, the 21, and the 34. So any reversion to the mean, which would bring us up to approximately this daily and 4-hour mid, which is also our moving average cluster. I'm going to say that's going to be a strong pull. That falls right in at that 48.65 level. I'm going to throw some Fibonacci's on here and get us the target real quick. Previous high, go to this low. Alright, 618 retracement is at 56, which is also the monthly top. So $50 target. So that's short term. Short term with support at, what is that, 44.5. Support at 44.5. Daily and 4-hour KC bottom. I'll go buying. Look for a move to check one more thing. Come on, you can do it. There we go. We've got 127 extension right at the 50% retracement, 1618 and the 618. We've got some symmetry going on there. Just draw a box for these levels. So this level here is going to be important because we've got we've got symmetry on our Fibonacci's. The 618, the shorter term 618 retracement is right at that daily mid. So right at that $48 level. That's going to provide resistance. If we get through that, we definitely have a nice move up to 56 with a pit stop at 53.5 on the way. So I'll go by and look for a move to, I'm going to call the the $56 level. So 56 is the target with resistance at 48. That's going to be take profit 1 for me. And then I'm going to call this 127 extension, which is also the 50, which is also the 141, right at 54. All right, take profit 1. And then additional resistance at 54-ish. So 54-ish, take profit 2. All right. Groupon. Next one we're going to look at is eBay. Gosh. All right. Real quick on eBay, we've got strong bullish divergence. Our algo has been trading with the price action. As you can see, the algo is moving up and down as price action is moving up and down. We're ultimately looking for this divergence to play out. Our algo is currently curled up, which indicates it's going to drag price action with it. We have a block trade at 63 and at 64 that we're going to use as targets. Looks as if though we've got increasing trendline support, so we've made higher lows and higher highs. This looks like it's a little bit of a down trend line that we're going to need to break through right at 61. Alright, so eBay. We have blocks at 63 and 64.5. We've got a downtrend line resistance at 61. So we would need to break that, or I'm going to call it entry on a break of that. Break that for entry. Next, move up. Okay. All right. What is that? eBay. All right, eBay. So earnings is on the 28th. So we've got earnings on the 28th. Definitely may just hold off until after that. However, we are neutral and decreasing on our squeeze. We are negative and decreasing on the MACD. Our RSI is oversold. Our EMAs are stacked positive. We maintain support at the 34. We've got the 50 below us to provide additional support. So I'm going to call it the 50 SMA support at 60, which is also the daily mid, which is this level here. So that's the daily mid. What did I say our target was going to be? 64.5, which is the daily and 4-hour top, Kellner channel top. So that's my target. Those are my targets. Fibonacci from previous high to low, because that matches that support of 60. Fibonacci extension from the most recent low to high to low puts us at the 618 extension and the 786 retracement right at 62. Support at 60. look for resistance at 62, which is daily mid and 4-hour mid. It's also the 0.786 retrace, and which is the 0.618 extension. Alright, so there we go. eBay, just to recap, eBay, we're looking for support at 60. We're looking for resistance right at 62. And then again at 64. eBay on. Alright, eBay. We have earnings coming up on the 28th. So that 64.5 target is well within my risk tolerance. If we're going to play a run up for this week, I'm going to actually grab the 62s because that's where the resistance is. So I feel like that's going to be the initial short-term target. Those 62s are well within my risk tolerance. So what I'd like to do is probably just going to take profit. $62 target, taking profit, not holding through earnings. That's me, my risk tolerance. That's what I like to do. All right, last one I'm going to do real quickly for you is Dish. This is our bearish play for the week. Or at least what I consider a bearish play for the week. Massive, you see that massive selling that's happening there? Right? Massive selling. All right. We've got institutional take profit and selling. Right? We do, the algo is, however, slightly curled up, which could provide immediate short-term pop. We've got a block trade level that's providing massive support right here at the 42.39. So Dish support block level 42.39. So we break that. We head to the next block trade at block level at 40. I'm just going to call it 41. Then 40.5. And finally, 38.15. So the premise is this. Since the algo is selling, we would look for price action to come down to meet the algorithm, pit stopping at each block trade level on the way, because those have provided previous resistance areas of resistance and support. That's these block trade levels that you can see here. So, we would come down, we provide some support, maybe bounce a little bit until we come back down. On the next one, full support until we come back down to the next one. Right? As can be seen there. All right, Dish on the chart. We've got earnings coming up on May 5th. This is a pretty vertical move. We just fired a mid-compression squeeze. Our monthly top is at 43. A break of 43 and I become a bull again on this. Until that happens, I'm going to look for the 38 level, which is this level here. I gotta click the button. So reversion to the mean, which is the 21 EMA, which would probably after the pop that's going to recur early this week, is going to be right at that $38 level. We've got support. So that $38 level is going to be the 4-hour mid and it's going to be the 4-hour daily mid. Right? And so, 4-hour daily mid. I'm not super great at bearish plays. Like, this is a momentum play, obviously. I would become a bull again after a break of 43. So this is a momentum. If dish breaks 43, I'm a bull again at money calls. Contrarian, if we break that 42.39 level, so let's just say break 42, look to fade to 41, 40.5, and 38.15. 38.15. Alright, that can be seen this level here. This daily mid. Alright. And this is my bearish target. 38.15. Alrighty. Looking at dish bearish options. What did they say earnings were? Earnings are May 5th. May 5th, 38.5. Like, oh, there's just. Alright, so I'm going to pull up the May 7th 42 puts. Will give us probably the best entry. So again, if we break that 42, I'm looking to grab in the money puts for a fade down to 38.5, 38.15. Right? We're taking profit at 41 and 40. So break 42, look to fade 40 to 41. Take profit level 40.5. Take profit level, and then I'm going to call it 38.5. Target. Alright, that is it for today. I want to tell everybody thanks for joining me. Once again, my name is Darkwool Algo. This is the weekend watch list building session. Happy that y'all could join me. And make sure you smash that like button, click the subscribe, and hit the little bell for notifications. Make sure you hit me up in the comments section with any questions that you have. If you're interested in some tickers, reach out to me on Twitter. Hit me up in the comments section for this video. If you haven't got your free trial of FlowTrade yet, there's a link at our website to sign up for a free 7-day trial. You get full access to everything. You get to join the chat and the Discord. I'm in there helping things out. We're just helping each other out and not just left alone. Yeah, have a great weekend and happy trading, everyone.